Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the show. I am Brett the Jet in the booth with Turn 3 Racing Network, and tonight we have a good one here. It is the Postma Flooring Super Late Model Tour here for race number 7 at the Irwindale Speedway for the House of Drift 75s. As practice wraps on up here tonight, we get ready to rock and roll for qualifying. It looks like Nathan Coaster going to be the driver with the quick time in practice. We'll see if he can back it up here in qualifying. Of course, with dual features. First feature set straight up from qualifying, so every spot matters because that will determine the starting lineup for this first 75 lapper. Then for feature number 2 of the night, we will invert the top 12 and send them back racing here. So qualifying underway right now. We'll see who is the first car out from pit road here tonight. Looks like the first out here is the 13. This is Zach Coyer here. Coyer here off of turn number 4 to the stripe. The 13 is on the clock. Coyer will get a piece of the wall, will have to reset, so he will head back to pits, try it again. So now we'll take a look here at the 199. This is Jeff Pogo. Pogo through 3 and 4 for, I believe, his first lap here. Pogo good enough for an 18-1 for lap number 1 for Pogo. Right now, Landon Atkins with the quick time with a 17.91. Pogo, though, off of turn 4 for the final time at the stripe. Did he get the wall? He did not. Able to throw down an 18.07 for the 199. That'll be good enough for now 8th quick as Anthony Danta goes quick time. We now take a look here at the 2. This is Jimmy Gauker. Gauker winning last week at Langley Speedway for the big short track throwdown presented by LaPlante Racing Products. Looking to go back to back. We'll have to start at the tail here in feature number 1. Gauker first lap of 17.90 for the 2. Off of turn number 4 for the final time. Will he improve? It looks like no, he will not. 18.14 for lap number 2 for the 2. Looks like one of the few cars left out on the racetrack, the 86 machine of Stephen Hoffman. Hoffman lap number 1 good enough for an 17.98. So that'll put Hoffman P number 9 here tonight. Hoffman through 3 and 4 for the final time, misses the bottom there. So this lap probably not going to be faster than that 17.98. It actually will be a 17.91 for the 86. That'll put him P number 7. One of our last cars to qualify here tonight. He was the fastest in practice. We'll see if he can do it again. It is Nathan Coaster. Lap number 1 is good enough. The 52 machine able to park that thing on the pole here. We'll see if he can run any faster here on lap number 2. 3 and 4 for the final time here in qualifying. Coaster will shut it down and in fact will go faster, a 17.74. So wow, what a lap by Nathan Coaster. He will get the job done and he will be the quick time and leading the field to the green flag here for feature number 1. Alrighty, cars are heading to the grid, so let's get ready to head down trackside and go through tonight's starting lineup for feature number 1. Nathan Coaster in the 52 machine will lead the field to the green flag with that 17.744 lap time. Anthony Danta in the 09 will start on the outside of the front row. And look at this, Zach Nichols not on the front row. He will roll off P number 3 here tonight in the 44. Cody Hall in the 73 machine will roll off P number 4, and rounding out the top 5 will be the 1 car of Tanner Tallarico. Jaden Kratacci in the 11 will start 6th. 7th would be Jimmy Gauker in the 2, but he'll have to go to the back of the field. Stephen Hoffman in the 86 will start 8th. Ninth going to Landon Atkins in the 11. Devin McDonald in the 18 will round out the top 10. Dave Payne in the 38 will start 11th. And 12th will be the 88 of Chuck Darling. Starting 13th will be the 45 car of Andrew Hardings. Jeff Pogo in the 199 will roll off 14th. 15th will be Nathan Henry in the 59. Zach Hoyer in the 13 machine will start 16th. Eric Holly in the 5 starting 17th. 18th will be Dan Dill. TJ Hassan will start 19th. And John DeMeester in the 2 machine will round out the field here. So that will do it for the starting lineup for the first 75. And look at this, folks. With this realistic weather, it is looking pretty cloudy out here as we take a far out shot look. And yeah, cloud cover down and on the Speedway. So lap time is going to be very, very good to kick off the race. So here we go, the field rocking and rolling out here tonight. Looks like one car missing the call to the grid. I think the 18 of Devin McDonald here. So McDonald will start from pit road as everyone else rocking and rolling, getting ready for 75 laps. And then towards the conclusion of this one, then we'll do another 75 and see who will walk away with the checkered flags. Last doubleheader, Zach Nichols picked up the checkered flag in both of them. Can he do it again here tonight? So front row here tonight going to be Nathan Coaster and Anthony Danta. Coaster, a little bit of technical there, blinking on out for a second, but looking all right here. So here we go. iRacing Pace Truck down and away, and we now wait for the field to fire on off of turn number 4, and we go green flag racing here for the House of Drift 75s. Coaster away, able to get clear, so the 52 machine out in front by himself. Then the battle for second is on. Zach Nichols looking to the inside of the 9 machine of Danta. Those two will make contact. These boys already starting to lean on each other, and it's only lap number 1. Nichols couldn't quite get the run he needed off the corner. One car down to the apron. That is the 1 car of Tanner Tallarico. So Tallarico trying to make the other lanes work here early on. Right now it seems like the top side is where you want to be, as Cody Hall here has taken back over that 4th position. Oh, trouble further on back. The 45 machine of Andrew Hardings up on his side. So we will get our first Boardwalk Subs caution of the evening involving the 45 machine of Andrew Harding. So we will take a look here at the turn 3 racing replay and see what happened. So Harding's a little bit loose there down the backstretch. Then it looks like him and Chuck Darling make some contact, and then that sends the 45 machine sideways, and Eric Colley coming on in late with the 5 car, and Andrew Harding's up on his side. So Hardings will be down on pit road. Probably going to have to get some extensive repairs done, especially to that left front corner. And it sounds like Chuck Darling with the claim on that one. So the 88 will drop to the tail of the field. So lights still on the iRacing Pace Truck. I believe this time by will be the 2 to go. It looks like 1 car having some early issues as well. Landon Atkins currently not out on the racetrack. So this time by Nathan Coaster can choose either the inside or the outside. And it looks like Nathan Coaster going to choose that inside lane. So Anthony Danta up in the preferred lane. If he can get a good restart, he could have a shot at the lead here. As the iRacing pace truck here ducks down pit road really, really early. These guys having to wait till this big restart box. They drive into it now. Now we wait for the 52. Gonna wait a while and shoot on off. And we head back to green flag racing here in feature number 1. Once again, the 09 and the 44 leaning on each other just a little bit here. This could be a powder keg waiting to explode at some point here tonight. Nichols will slot back in that third position, up in that second lane here. Nathan Coaster continues to lead out in front here tonight. Cody Hall here trying to get back around the 1 car of Tallarico. Right behind them, the 11 of Jada Kutachi. Tallarico has not re-ventured down to that apron. It seems like not too many cars down that side of things here at the moment. Everyone mostly running either from that dash line to the wall, it seems like here. Out in front though, Nathan Coaster is starting to get some friends right behind him as Anthony Danta has reeled our race leader in. Danta within 2 car lengths of the 52. Further on back here, Jimmy Gauker and Zach Coyer side by side. Gauker big time sideways off of turn number 2 there in that blue number 2. Those two will stay side by side in battling just outside of the top 10. But right now, if Jimmy Gauker finishes where he's at, he will start on the pole for feature number 2 with that 12 car invert. I don't know if that plays into a mind any of these drivers. We do have a rule, you can't really game the system, but if you happen to be at the right place at the right time, hey, more power to you. So lap 15 has started here tonight. Nathan Coaster currently leading all 15 so far here, but Anthony Danta right there within striking distance. Zach Coyer pretty close as well. Then we have to head back a little bit in a gap to this battle now. Cody Hall and Jaden Kritachi side by side, with Stephen Hoffman now getting into the mix as well. Take a look a little bit further back here, the 199 trying to venture down to that apron here. He may lose the spot here to Zach Coyer as Coyer fills in that gap up to the outside of the Hoonigan 199. We'll try up again, and there you make up the most time definitely in the middle of the corner. The tough part is that momentum you lose by the time you get back to turn number 1. Cody Hall maybe with a little bit of an incident there, because Hall already dropped pretty quickly to 8th as we get our second caution of the evening. And it looks like Chuck Darling slow on the speedway. Same with maybe the 17 machine of Dan Dill. So we will try and take a look here, see what happened. As all, it looks like Darling just gets the wall right before corner entry, and that car just a 4-wheel drift for a very, very long time. Luckily, everyone did a good job at avoiding the 88, but that could have been pretty bad. Chuck Darling still continues to fight another day here. All right, appreciate the update, Landon. So yeah, the 11 car of Landon Atkins, just got update from him. Wheel stopped working. He says he'll be back, so expect to see Landon back out here in feature number 2 on the night. So it looks like the 45 machine of Andrew Harding's will get at least one of his laps back here. So the 45 machine, the lucky dog, he's currently the only car one lap down here. Or I should say the only car laps down. As out in front, Nathan Coaster has led so far all 22 laps to kick off the evening. Anthony Danta started in second, still hanging on to second. Zach Nichols, same story, different place. He's just in the third place here. Jaden Kratacci has made up 2 spots. He's up to 4th. And Stephen Hoffman inside the top 5. Coaster this time by will choose the outside lane on the restart here. So when we get back green flag racing here, it will just be over 50 laps to go here tonight. So here we go. The field will head into the restart zone, and Nathan Coaster on the loud pedal here. We head back to green flag racing. Coaster able to get clear. Now Jaden Kratacci will try and do the same. They will try and hang the 9 car down on this inside lane, and right now able to do just that. Jaden Kratacci up to P number 2. Oh, Danta into the back of Zach Nichols. Nichols will go around. Danta will go up and over. Wow. So for the second time this season, Anthony Danta is on his lid. This time coming out for our 3rd caution of the night. And let's take a look to see what happened to kick off our 3rd Boardwalk Subs caution. As you can see here, Zach Nichols gets a shot in the shorts from the 9. Then the 9 tries to lock it on down. Then the 73 tries to shoot low, has nowhere to go. And how about Jeff Pogo right through the middle? And then I think, yeah, that final hit from Zach Coyer shot the 09 up and over. But yeah, I think we got to take a look one more time riding on board with Jeff Pogo just to, see what he saw there, because he didn't see an opening probably till the very last second. Let's ride on board with Pogo. So you can see Smoke had the car pointed, and wow, right through the gap. He kept his eyes on the prize and was able to drive through that one. As with a shakeup inside of the top 5, Coaster and Kratacci up in there. But now Tanner Tallarico up to 3rd, Stephen Hoffman 4th, and Dave Payton, he's in the top 5 now. So that was definitely a big shakeup here for the field, as now the 52 machine once again has choice at the stripe here. And once again, going to choose the outside preferred lane here for the 3rd restart of the night. So it's going to be Coaster and Kratacci, the front row on the restart here. As the 52 can now fire off at any time, we'll do just that, and we head back to green flag racing here, as Kratacci will try and get up to that outside lane, but Stephen Hoffman able to keep a nose there. Hoffman will try and get P number 2 away from the 11. Those two will dive down into turn number 3 side by side here, very even for that position at the moment. Now give the advantage to the 86. Kratacci will be able to slide to that outside lane there. So he will fall back to 3rd at the moment. A little bit deeper in the field here, Jimmy Gauker has driven his way back from starting 20th. He's already up into 7th here, just before the halfway point. How about a good run here from the 59, Nate Henry? He finds himself inside the top 10. He's running in 6th. A great night so far for the 59 here at Irwindale. Just as I say that, announcer jinx happened. Henry and Gauker get together, and that good night quickly up in smoke. As we will take a look here once again, see what happened to the 59. He's already sideways there, so I'm gonna try and maybe slow it on down just a little bit as well. So off of turn number 2 here, Gauker just misjudged maybe just how close he was to the 59, got in his quarter panel. Looks like Jeff Pogo maybe with a little bit of damage on the nose of that, but looks like only really a 2-car incident between the 59 and the 2 machine. So quite a few cautions here in these first opening laps here in feature number 1. Already under our 4th caution here, just at the halfway point. So hopefully that means one thing, right, everyone? That from here on out, they get this thing out of their system. We'll go green to the end, and then feature number 2 gonna go without a hitch, right? As out in front, it is Nathan Coaster, then Stephen Hoffman, P number 2, Jaden Kratacci 3rd, Tanner Tallarico 4th, Dave Payton up to 5th here. Down on pit road, both of the Zacks here getting some damage repaired to their race cars. So I feel like, you know, even if you're just involved in that, like Nate Henry or Jimmy Gauker, same with Zach Coyer, Zach Nichols, all you're hoping for from here on out, get inside this top 12 and get inside this invert for feature number 2 and try and save your night a little bit here. So here we go to kick off the halfway point. We get ready for our 4th restart here. Nathan Coaster fires on off once again, and we head back to green flag racing. Steve Hoffman able to get up to that 2nd lane quickly as we got some more cars around here. It looks like the 45 machine of Andrew Hardings. So we will have to see what happened to Hardings here to bring out our 5th caution of the evening. So here at the start finish line, Andrew Hardings gets a piece of the wall, and then, oh man, a big time hit for John DeMeester. Just an innocent bystander involved in that one. And cars, other fast cars involved in it. The 73 of Cody Hall. Zach Nichols getting a piece of it. Same with the 02 of Jimmy Gauker. So those drivers getting those repairs done, putting themselves in a tough spot there and involved now with even more damage to their race cars. So it looks like once again Anthony Danta gonna get the lucky dog here. So once again, top 5 looking like the same here tonight. And I believe this time by At the Stripe, Coaster will have selection once again. And once again, going to choose the outside lane here. And it looks like here will be a single file restart actually. So since since we haven't got some green flag racing in a little bit, we are going to go put the cars in a single file lane and have them try and do that. As you can see, the smoking yellow 2 machine there to the right, but Coaster once again leading the field to green as we are single file here for restart number 5. So with that, that will probably, you know, have things play on out a little bit more naturally here at the moment. As we look a little bit deeper here, Chuck Darling trying to drive back through the field, involved in that first incident. Darling inside of the invert though. He is running in 9th, trying to get that 8th spot away from Eric Holly. Holly earlier tonight was involved in an earlier incident. That's where you see the damage on the nose of the 5 car. Chuck Darling almost clear from Holly, should be able to do just that. Yes, he does so. Chuck Darling up into the 4th position. The battle for 2nd though heating on up just a little bit. Jaden Kurtachi starting to become all over the back bumper of Stephen Hoffman here. Let's ride on board with Hoffman, looking back at some cars behind him. As we can see here, a little bit different lines being driven by these drivers. Stephen Hoffman right up against the fence. You'd think he's almost at Kansas the way he's right against the wall, or maybe like a Homestead, Miami, as we see Kurtachi a little bit lower here. Jeff Pogo, another driver on a mission at the moment. Biggest mover of the night here. He's up into the top 5, able to get around Dave Payton, so the 199 looking pretty sporty with about 25 laps left in this one. Here a little bit deeper in the field here, Nate Henry trying to work over Eric Holly. That would be for the 9th position. As this time by, we get the 25 laps to go and we head into the countdown clock here. I tell you what, I got to give props to Eric Holly, man. He's driving a really, really wounded race car. I'm sure that thing's not handling like a dream whatsoever. And he's hanging on to a invert spot here at the moment. As currently looking at the best battle on the Speedway. Now that battle is done and over with. Give P number 9 to the 59. As out in front, Nathan Coaster stretching out his race lead, has about now a second over Stephen Hoffman, and Hoffman still getting hounded for that 2nd position here. Hoffman maybe starting to get a little bit loose here. I saw that back end kick out a little bit at the apex there, maybe just a little bit as well. So I'm sure the 11 car of Kurtachi starting to smell blood just a little bit. And we still got quite a bit of laps left in this one here tonight. I mean, once Coaster hits the stripe here, it is still 20 laps left in this one. Devin McDonald here in the 18 machine, currently running in the 7th position. He's starting to reel in Dave Payne a little bit. He's within 2 car lengths of the 38 here, so we'll see if McDonald can have any moves or anything like that up his sleeve with now 18 laps left in this one. As you can even see in the time and scoring, this field's starting to really spread on out here tonight. We can see the 2 machine of Jimmy Gowker, that wounded race car. He will keep that thing down low, up and out of the way of the field. Further on back, battle for position. Zach Nichols has chased down Dan Dill, and that was an important pass for the 44 as Nichols now inside of the invert. So if we were to get the checkered flag right here, Zach Nichols would lead the field to the green flag here at Irwindale. Coaster's lead starting to evaporate away a little bit here. Now only just over half a second, so this pack starting to catch the 52 machine. But we've seen it here tonight. It seems like it is pretty tough to pass a car, so it's going to be one thing to catch our race leader. It's a whole nother thing to pass, but here we go. We get a caution flag on the Speedway here, and I think it might involve the 41 of TJ Hassan. So we will see as Hassan gets a big piece of the wall down the back straightaway. That thing will do a big slide. He will somehow save it, but it looks like the caution flag coming out for the 41. And that is a heartbreak for him because Hassan was running a great race, was inside of the invert. Now we'll have to start probably right around 15th or so. As it looks like the 2 machine of Jimmy Gowker able to get the lucky dog here, so he will be back on the lead lap. That'll put about 15 of us on that lead lap. And I believe when we get rocking and rolling here, folks, we will have a 10 lap shootout left in this one here tonight. Currently under our 6th Boardwalk Subs caution here in feature number 1, so feature number 1 seeing a flurry of cautions. We'll have to see if that's the case once again here in feature number 2. So here we go at the stripe. Coaster will have choice. Looks like we'll choose once again the outside lane. The rest of the field will re-rack, restack, and we get ready for our 6th restart of tonight's race. All right, so it's going to be Nathan Coaster, Stephen Hoffman on the front row here. 52 will have control, can fire off any point from here on. As here we go, Nathan Coaster away, and we head back to green for a 9-lap shootout here in feature number 1. Tanner Tallarico trying to get to the outside of Stephen Hoffman. Will get a nose out there, so Tallarico could get that 2nd position by the time the checkered flag falls here. And Kutachi able to get up to lane number 2 as well. So Tallarico able to get clear. Here comes now Jeff Pogo trying to make that apron work. As Stephen Hoffman will fall back to that 4th position. Kutachi back into 3rd. Tallarico, though, up into 2nd. Can Tanner run down here Nathan Coaster before it's all said and done? Further in the back here, Zach Nichols into the top 10. He came into tonight with the points lead here. We actually don't have the person that was second in points, Ron Hart, not here tonight. So Zach Nichols doing what he needs to do here with now 5 laps to go in feature number 1. Going to be 3 laps left in this one here at the stripe. Dave Payne has made his way back into the top 5 here. Devin McDonald 6th, Jeff Pogo 7th, 8th Chuck Darling. Nate Henry has made it back to 9th, and Zach Nichols in the 10th position. Popsicle sticks up in the air. It is 2 laps to go. Devin McDonald got a piece of the wall there. McDonald will fall back to about 10th, maybe lose some more spots as well. McDonald has some sort of issue, something going on. He is off the pace and down to pit road. Right front broken on that race car. Coaster will see the white flag here. 1 lap to go. The field will come down the backstretch for the final time. Coaster will take the defensive line. He will head through 3 and 4, and Nathan Coaster gonna go flag to flag here in feature number 1. Tanner Tallarico will finish P number 2. Jaden Kritachi will round out the podiums here. Coaster will drift that 52 machine to the win and to the start finish line here, and that will do it here. So we get ready for a little 5-minute warm-up here. So we will see if we can get a word with the 52 machine. But before we do that, we will go to a quick commercial break. On the other side, we'll try and catch a word with the 52.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here at Irwindale Speedway. Gonna try and get a word with the driver of the 52. We'll see if we can. At the moment, I do not see him in the Discord, so we'll give him about 30 seconds or so. But if not, we'll try and talk to the best finishing driver available. Now looks like it might be the one car of Tanner Tallarico. But Nathan Coaster able to pick up the checkered flag there in feature number 1. We'll start in the 12th position, and yeah, we'll go switch on over to the driver of the 1, Tanner Tallarico. Tanner, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here. Might help if I turn on your sound. So Tanner, how we doing here tonight? What'd you think after that first feature here?
Yeah, that one was fun. Got super lucky there. I thought we were going to be on the record the one time in turn 2, but shot the gap, threaded the needle, and had a shot there at Nathan at the end, but just got too tight. I was trying to run right up against the wall, and I hadn't been doing that most of the night. I've been running left sides on the paint. I just tried something different, and I think I got my right front too hot, trying to do something that I didn't have enough experience doing. But beautiful thing with double feature nights is you can take that stuff into the second one, and we'll go from there. So
yeah, I mean, that is the great thing. Get a lot of data for this second feature here. You start pretty deep here, rolling off 11th. What's the game plan? I assume try and get to the top as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the bottom is super strong tonight for whatever reason. So it's kind of like old school Irwindale, just, you know, try to get above the dash lines and try to set your car up for a diamond on exit, get up underneath somebody and kind of set them up. But yeah, for the most part, it seems like it's going to be a fight to the top. So yep, we'll see what we can do here and try to put that thing on the boards and just hopefully, you know, have the top be rolling and we can work our way to the front.
Yeah, I hope to see it as well. That one car looked pretty sporty here. So Tanner, before we let you go, we're going to go hand over the mic to you and have you give a shout out to whoever you like, whether sponsors, teammates, or anyone else on the broadcast here.
Yeah, so just real quick, Elif Brothers Roofing, they're also my employers. Got to make sure I shout them out. Zach Postma, Postma Interiors, as well as Accurate Inspections, KRW Performance and Customs, and Boardwalk Subs. And of course you, Brett, for doing this. If I don't get a chance to talk to you again, for you putting on the broadcast and all the members coming out and running.
Alrighty, awesome stuff. Well, thanks for all your support as well, Tanner, and good luck here in feature number 2.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that was our runner-up finisher, Tanner Tallarico. He will roll off in the 11th position here for feature number 2. Speaking about feature number 2, cars are loading in trackside here, and let's run through tonight's starting order for the second 75 of the evening. So starting on the pole, leading the field to the green flag, will be the 41 car. That is TJ Hassan. To his outside will be the 5 of Eric Holly. Starting in third will be the 13 machine of Zach Hoyer. Starting in fourth will be the 44 of Zach Nichols. Rolling off fifth will be the 59 car of Nathan Henry. Sixth will be the 88 of Chuck Darling. Starting in seventh is the 199 of Jeff Pogo. Dave Payton will start eighth. Ninth going to Stephen Hoffman. Rounding out the top 10 will be Jaden Kratachi. Rolling off 11th will be Tanner Tallarico and Nathan Coaster. Feature number 1 winner will start P number 12. Rolling off 13th will be Dan Dill. 14th is Jimmy Gauker. 15th is Deb McDonald. 16th going to Anthony Danta. Starting in 17th is Landon Atkins. 18th is Cody Hall. Starting P number 19 will be Andrew Hardings, and John DeMeester will round off the field here for the second and final feature of the evening. So here we go, cars rocking and rolling on the Speedway. We get ready to fire these things on off for the final start of the evening. It's going to be TJ Hassan in that 41 leading the field to the green flag, and to his outside the 5 car of Eric Holly. And the nice thing with these,
I see the start box on 4.
And the nice thing with these dual features, if your favorite driver maybe had a tough feature number 1, hey, they get a whole new clean slate here for feature number 2 as we get ready for another 75 lapper. The iRacing Pace Truck will make the hard left-hand turn down pit road. Now it is in control of TJ Hassan. He will lead the field to the green flag into the restart zone. We'll fire off early and we go green flag racing in feature number 2. Hassan away by a mile out in front. He will try and run away and hide. Zach Nichols wasted no time here. He will try and get to the inside of Eric Holly. Eric Holly will get sideways, somehow save the race car, and no one will hit him. Holy smokes.
I don't know why, honestly, I don't know why.
That was pretty crazy. I don't know how Eric Holly saved that race car, and I don't know how no one hit him. We'll take a look here one more time, heading through 3 and 4. You can see the contact there between Zach Nichols and Eric Holly. And then everyone doing a great job at avoiding the 5 car. I mean, Chuck Darling just squeezing through there. And wow, that had potential to be a really, really bad one. Everyone, though, doing a great job there. So feature number 1 had 6 cautions. Here in feature number 2, we are trending in that same direction as we get our first Boardwalk Subs caution under the completion of lap number 2 here. As I believe this time by, we will receive the 1 to go signal, and TJ Hassan has choice of his lane. And man, I would have to think the 41 machine chooses the outside now that he gets a choice, and that's exactly what will happen. Hassan will choose the outside. The rest of the field will re-rack, restack, and we get ready for our first restart of feature number 2. So it's going to be Hassan and Nichols on the front row here. Into the restart zone they will go. Hassan will wait a little bit longer, but it will fire on off, and we head back to green flag racing here. Zach Nichols will slot into that second position. Nate Henry will go around, same with Jeff Pogo, and it's a stack up top as there is a stack of cars all stuck together here, as it looks like Pogo will get that car rolling. Then all sorts of cars stuck on top of each other as Coaster will back on out. That will drop everyone else down. So we will have to see what kicked off that incident. I think it might have started maybe with the 199 and the 59. As we see them heading into turn number 1 here. Henry had to maybe check on up for Zach Coyer. Jeff Pogo having no time to react to that. And then you can see the stack up and all the cars getting up on top of each other up in that second lane. And that's the one bummer with that second lane being so dominant, that if you have an issue up there, you have nowhere to go and no time to react. So TJ Hassan will lead at least these first about 10 or so laps here, as we've had cautions back to back here tonight. With all these incidents, some big time movers here to start the night. Anthony Danta able to drive through all those. He sits 9th, and Andrew Harding's in the 45 machine. He's in the top 10 and 10th. So I believe cars should get waved on around in front of our race leader. Yes, that will be the case. So Hassan will choose the outside lane here once again, and we get ready for our second restart of feature number 2. So once again, it's going to be Hassan and Nichols. Looks like lights coming back onto the speedway. It looks like back of the field not quite set here, so we will delay it. All right, so everyone's set. I believe this time by we should be all set to go. So once again, the 41 will have a choice to maybe think about his choice a little bit more, and looks like gonna go with the choice he previously made. 41 once again gonna choose the outside, and I think the right choice there all night long. So here we go. The iRacing pace truck here makes the left-hand turn down to pit road. It's going to be Hassan and Nichols once again on the front row here. Hassan once again gone and away early in the box. Zach Nichols able to slot into P2. Zach Hoyer up into third here. It looks like everyone down and away. Maybe not. The 45 machine of Andrew Hardings goes around. Same with the 73 of Cody Hall. So we will take a look here, see what happened to bring out this third consecutive restart here, as it looks like, oh, Andrew Hardings gets into the back of Anthony Danta, maybe has to lift, and then the 73 of Cody Hall into the back of the 45. So, man, TJ Hassan out in front. I think with this lull before the action, we're going to go do a quick commercial break. On the other side, we'll be back for our third restart now of the evening. All right, folks, we are back here under our third Boardwalk Subs caution of feature number 2. And I heard from race control here, we are going single file this time by, since we've had cautions every single double file restart here so far for feature number 2. We are going to have the cars all line up single file and give it another try here. So TJ Hassan has led all 17 laps so far for feature number 2. So he's got a lot of stout drivers right behind him as well. We'll see how it works on out with a single file restart about to go here as iRacing pace truck down onto pit road. And the 41 enters into the restart box. We'll leave early and we head back to green flag racing, hopefully for quite a bit, in feature number 2. Currently riding on board with Stephen Hoffman. Hoffman in the 5th position here. Out in front, Zach Nichols will go down to the apron. We'll look to the inside of Hassan. Couldn't quite get the momentum he needed by the time they got into turns 1 and 2. We'll try and do the same though, this time by through 3 and 4. Down to the bottom, then slides all the way up. Couldn't quite clear as Hassan will hang on to the race lead. Those two will make a little bit of contact there. Looks like this time Nichols gonna follow the 41 machine on the high line through 3 and 4. He's gonna try and build up that momentum here and try and get a running start at turn number 3 once again. Gets a pretty good run there off of turn number 2, a little bit sideways, and gonna fall in line here. Further on back here, the one car of Tallarico waiting for an opening, finally gets it back into 9th here, so Tallarico gonna try and regain some ground here. Zach Nichols once again to the apron. Will try and slide up in front of the 41. Able to do that. Nichols to the top side. Can Hassan slide him on back? Yes, he can. Man, what a battle for the race lead here at Irwindale. All the 41 to Hassan. Big time sideways, though. He will lose the lead and second. As now Chuck Darling trying to get around the 41 machine. Darling couldn't quite get the job done there, but Zach Nichols out in front. Man, what a big win it would be for the 44. This win here tonight would put him in a category of his own. Would be the winningest ASRC driver ever and hit 30 wins in his career. Stephen Hoffman now to the outside of Chuck Darling. Hoffman trying to get that 4th spot away from the 44. Could be very, very important, as it could mean an outside starting spot for either of these guys if we get a restart. So out in front, Zach Nichols and Zach Coyer running away from the field. Currently looking at some of the best battles on the Speedway. This Stephen Hoffman and Chuck Darling, as well as right behind them, Eric Holly and Jimmy Gauker side by side. Right behind them, Anthony Danta sits saying, hey guys, you get it sorted out. I'd like to follow that 5 car up top. Sun's starting to come out on the Speedway here, so track is going to start to get a little bit more slick. Just as I say that, caution flag on the Speedway. 1 car on his lid. The 18 of Devin McDonald up and over. So McDonald probably done for the evening. We will try and see what happened to Devin heading down the front stretch here. And once again, we see a car get the wall, and oh my goodness, what a huge hit for Devin McDonald. He will get the tire barrier and go up and over. Wow, we got to take a look at this one more time from a different spot. McDonald will get into the wall. That will shoot that car right into the opening. And then Nathan Coaster, being an innocent bystander, gets shot to the inside grass. Heavy damage for the 52, and his odds for going back-to-back here tonight probably up in tire smoke there. So it looks like here tonight, Dan Dill coming around on the outside. Lucky Dog, this caution here under our 4th Boardwalk Subs caution of the evening. So this time by at the start finish line, the 44 machine will have choice and will choose the outside lane here on this 4th restart. Actually, correct that. No choice here because we are a single file restart. So these guys will stay in a long line of race cars. I mean, right now in the middle of 3 and 4, and then we got to go all the way back to about turn 1 or so. So a very long line of cars. Get ready to head back to Green Flag Racing here. iRacing Pace Truck down and away. And now we wait for the 44 machine of Zach Nichols. He can go anytime inside this box, and he will fire on off, and we head back to Green Flag Racing just before the halfway point. Chuck Darling and Eric Holly quickly going side by side here. Darling not going to be able to get to that outside lane here as Holly will be up there. You'll see the white nose of the 5 car. Maybe not. Darling almost gets clear of Holly, so we'll have to see how that works on out as Stephen Hoffman trying to size up TJ Hassan. Hassan still holding on to a podium spot here. Zach Nichols gone and away in front of this field. Then we have this gaggle of race cars all duking it out for the positions there, as Chuck Darling and Eric Holly still side by side right behind them. Anthony Danta, Jimmy Gauker side by side. Those two make some contact there as Gauker gets into the side of Danta. Danta almost clear of the 2 car. Now Tanner Tallarico going to try and get to the outside of Gauker. Going to be able to do that down the front straightaway. And that time by, we saw cross flags for Zach Nichols halfway home in feature number 2 on the evening. Up towards the front here, Stephen Hoffman trying to make the inside lane work on the 41. TJ Hassan into the wall, and huge kind of calamity into turn number 1. Hassan up and over on his lid. So we have yet another car up and over, and I kind of felt that coming when I saw Hassan got that wall on the front straightaway. I puckered on up and waited to see what the camera panned, and as you see there, the 41 gets in the wall, will bounce on off Stephen Hoffman big time sideways, and then man, Eric Holly just having nowhere to go will make heavy contact to the side of the 41, ultimately sending the 41 up on his lid. So TJ Hassan having himself a great race here tonight. Will sadly end short here and will probably end up about 18th or so. So under our 5th Boardwalk Subs caution here in feature number 2. And like I said, we're on pace for about 6 cautions in both of them. Of course, feature number 1 ending with 6 cautions here tonight in feature number 2 up to 5. And most of them have been kind of single car incidents that have led to bigger issues out on the speedway. And it sounds like once again we'll get a single file restart here. And it will be Zach Nichols leading the field back to the green flag once again. And here we go. The iRacing Pace truck once again down on pit road. It's going to be Zach Nichols. Going to be in control when he fires on off, and especially single file, you might as well go sooner than later, avoid getting hit in the rear end or anything like that, and that's exactly what he does there. I say with this camera shot, let's do it. Let's do a little turn 3, turn it up here at Irwindale Speedway. Alrighty, we head back to live racing action here. Still some side-by-side battles on the Speedway. Zach Nichols trying to run away and hide with the race lead, but Jimmy Gauker, Tanner Tallarico elbows out racing. That is for the 6th position on the Speedway. Tallarico almost into the fence in the corner, letting that car drift up, using as much racetrack as he can, and I tell you what, making it work pretty good. Of course, that one car started in the 11th spot. He's up to 6. Anthony Danta outside of the invert. He's trying to get 4th away from Chuck Darling. Darling and Danta side by side here for that 4th position. Darling down low, Danta up in lane number 2. Laps continue to click on by. Now we head into the countdown clock. It is the final 25 laps of the evening here at Irwindale. Zach Coyer here trying to hang on to that 2nd position. He has Stephen Hoffman breathing down his neck. Coyer cannot give that 86 car that outside lane. As here through 3 and 4, Hoffman will try and look about a half a car length lower than the 13. Further on back here, Darling continue to lose some spots here. Darling back to 6th, may lose even to 7th as Jimmy Gauker now to the outside of the 88. Cody Hall and Nate Henry started to duke it on out a little bit. This is for inside of the top 10 here. Nate Henry back into 9th. Was able to finish inside the top 10 in feature number 1. Looking to do the same here in feature number 2 here for the 59. Dave Payne with that heavy damage here. Looks like May trying to get around the 17. Nothing doing that time by for the 38. Right behind him, the 11 car of Landon Atkins. Atkins, of course, feature number 1, had that steering wheel issue, able to get out here in feature number 2, but involved in that big one on the top side, so his car definitely wounded, not driving 100%. Out in front, Zach Nichols will now see 18 laps to go. Zach Corey still hanging on to 2nd, Stephen Hoffman 3rd, Anthony Danta 4th, Tanner Tallarico rounding out the top 5. Right on board with the 1 car Tallarico, and you can see just how close he is against that wall. I mean, maybe just a sliver of marbles up there, but everyone using up this racetrack, especially from the dash lanes on up, every inch of the racing surface here. So 17 cars on the lead lap here with about 16 to go, and I think if we complete this lap, if we do get a caution here later in the race, we will have a double foul restart for the first time here tonight since the first 2 cautions. Landon Atkins was able to get around Dave Payton, now trying to work over the 17 machine of Dan Dill. Further up in front of them, Nathan Coaster able to get around Andrew Harding. So Coaster, even with that wounded race car here, he has battled back to 12th position here with about 14 laps to go. Looks like the field lapping the 1 car of John DeMeester. DeMeester will stay down low out of the way of the field, but now only 13 laps left here tonight. That battle from 2nd on back, very, very close between about 3 to 5 drivers right on board with the 1 car of Tanner Tallarico. just to see how close this is. These guys racing right on top of each other, all against the wall. Tallarico going to get a piece of the wall there through 3 and 4. This track tonight here racing much more like a Homestead Miami than an Irwindale Speedway. These guys ripping the fence here, trying to get every inch of the track, as Tallarico once again scraping some decals off the right side of that race car. Battle for the 9th position here as Nate Henry and Cody Hall go side by side. Henry able to hang on to the spot just for the moment being. 73 though continuing to try and get that position away. Inside of 10 laps to go, that time by at the stripe. It is now 9 to go here in the second and final feature. Nate Henry able to hang on to that 9th spot for the time being. Up towards the front though, Tanner Tallarico knows time is running out of the hourglass. He is trying some different lines, trying to see any way that he can maybe get around the 9 machine. So far, nothing doing, but that one car is trying. This time at the stripe for Zach Nichols. We see 9 laps to go here. Further on back, looks like Cody Hall able to get that position away. So 73 machine up into 9. Nate Henry now trying to hang on to a top 10 as Jaden Kritachi has closed the gap as well. Up towards the front, Tanner Tallarico starting to figure something out here. Tallarico to the inside of Danta. Can Tallarico get around this racetrack the hard way? And so far, even with Danta, those two sideways. Tallarico 4-wheel drifts it. Danta into the wall. Danta will fall back to 7th. Man, oh man, elbows out racing here late in this one as Anthony Danta will fall back to 7th. Tanner Tallarico up into 4th with now only 3 laps to go here tonight. Jimmy Gauker right there as well. All one car, big time sideways. Zach Hoyer from 2nd position, sideways on the racetrack, somehow hangs onto that race car and doesn't lose any spots. Wow, what a save for Coyer as this time by popsicle sticks up in the air from the flagman. It is 2 laps to go here at Irwindale. Tallarico trying to get to the outside of Hoffman, couldn't quite do it that time by smoker debris into turn number 3, but that don't matter. We see the white flag. It is 1 lap to go for Zach Nichols. Nichols through 1 and 2 for the final time here tonight. Darling and Danta side by side. But here we go off of turn number 4. Zach Nichols will pick up career win number 30. At the stripe, Hoffman able to just squeak out 3rd from Tanner Tallarico. So we'll be talking to Zach Nichols, Zach Coyer, and Stephen Hoffman with a great finish to feature number 2. So Zach Nichols will park it here at the start finish line, and don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back after a quick commercial break to have our post-race show.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iracing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we head back to Irwindale Speedway and we'll be chatting with our third place finisher first. It will be the 86 car of Stephen Hoffman. Stephen, you got a copy. It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
How's it going, Brett?
Pretty good, man. How are you feeling after two 75-lap features? You're able to walk away on the podium here.
Thankful we survived. That was pretty fun once we got going on some long green flag runs, but those little short stints were kind of sketchy there for a little bit.
Yeah, that it was. Sketchy was the name of the game, and you were involved with an incident. And how was that car feeling? It seemed like you took an okay shot to that right front there.
Yeah, I seen TJ was starting to get a little loose, so I started to work the bottom on him, and I didn't expect him to get that loose that early. But yeah, we made some contact. It looked like it got the right front a little bit, which helped the car a little bit on the short runs. It was real tight in the middle, and then I could drive it off hard, but it just wore that right front out after about 15, 20 laps, and I couldn't lean on it no more. So I thought I had a shot to get around Coyer, and I just couldn't make it stick on the outside. And then after that, I was just kind of hanging on.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a tough car here tonight at Irwindale. So, I mean, yeah, those races, man, it seemed like that top side was where you wanted to be and just keep that car there. Was that the case? Just trying to keep that car to that wall and try and make a move and prevent someone from getting there on you?
Yeah, pretty much. I told myself at the beginning of the night, no one's passing me on the outside. If they do, they wrecked me. But they're not sticking around. They're not getting the left front on the right rear quarter panel all night. That's for sure.
Yeah, and you're able to do that there, able to walk away with a podium here. So, man, we got an interesting one next week. We head to a road course here in the Supers. How do you feel about that?
50-50. I ran some practice laps on the track just to get the layout on it. I haven't been on that one before, and it's a lot of switchbacks, back and forth, back and forth. These cars are super torquey on the bottom end, so you're going to have to be careful, save your tires, and just try not to wreck and stay out of trouble, and hope you're there at the end.
Yeah, I think the name of the game, especially next week, like you said, it's going to be a very technical track. So I think if you can keep all four tires on the racing surface, you're doing something right.
That is true. As you know, I have a lot of that dirt background, so I like to let that the rear end hang out a little bit, but we'll try to not do that next week.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. You're one of the best when it comes to throttle control, and here tonight, having to use some of those skills as well. It seemed like that car, man, when you got those rear tires spinning, you had to be really careful with it.
Yeah, that's what like I was saying, after that contact, it wouldn't yaw out as much, but I wish it would have there toward the end, because like I said, I just couldn't get the exit that I wanted. I had to ease in, or I had to back my entry up a little bit because it was starting to get a little loose, and the corners were just flipped for me from what I usually like.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a handful, but you know, kind of switching gears a little bit, Steven, you came into tonight jumping up to second in points. Of course, able to get some ground in feature number one, not so much feature number two. What's the game plan there? Because Zach Nichols definitely tough in these, but I mean, you're holding your own, my man.
Yeah, Zach's going to be hard to beat when he has a good night and stays out of trouble. there's a chance he could have won that first feature if he didn't get involved in that early wreck. You just gonna have to be consistent on him, and not that you wish a bad night on somebody else, but just capitalize on his mistakes and other mishaps that he gets involved in, and we'll just try to get a little bit closer each night.
Yep, that will be the case. Still have plenty of time to do so, as well as that drop week to add the extra factor into the points. But here tonight, Stephen, able to walk away on the podium here in feature number 2. So before we let you go and celebrate that, we're going to go hand over the mic to you and have you thank who you got to thank, whether sponsors, teammates, or anyone else you'd like to give a shout out to.
I'll give a shout out to Postma Flooring and all you guys that are the admins here at ASRC. You yourself, I know it's a handful and a lot of time to come back and do all these broadcasts, and even a night where it's live, and kind of takes out all the fun for you in a way since you don't get to run. But we appreciate the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch. Shout out to Mom and Dad. They're probably watching. Jolie and Sons, Racers for Christ, and just whoever tunes in on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights to watch us go around and turn left.
Alrighty, awesome stuff, Stephen. Well, you, my man, have yourself a great rest tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again here in the future.
Yep, we'll see you, Brett.
Alrighty, folks, that was our third place finisher, the 86 of Stephen Hoffman. Now we'll head up to our runner-up finisher, that being the 13 machine of Zach Coyer. Zach, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yes, sir, I do. Let me put my beer down.
Hey, there you go. Gotta already crack one open, especially with the night you had tonight. I mean, race number 1, not exactly what you wanted. Race number 2, though, wow. What a way to finish that thing and to hang on to that. Man, tell us about your night.
Yeah, race 1 was definitely a hard one, having to come down pit road. I've become very familiar with pit road these last few races, and I got a hell of a pit crew, so I know they'll get me back out here. But yeah, definitely had to clean up some damage. Thankfully, I got her back in the top 10 because, like I said, I'm always points racing. But with the invert, I always do good. In the second race, I was in a good spot for the invert. Just knew I had to compete with Nichols and try to do everything I could to keep up with him. But man, is that kid fast.
Yeah, definitely a tough one to beat there. And Zach, we got to ask, what happened going into turn number 1, and how the heck did you save that race car?
I want to say it was something cool, but it was just me looking down, looking at my beer and my phone, and I hit the wall and I got sideways, just hoping I didn't come up in front of everybody. Got off the gas, and thankfully there was a big enough gap to where I could kind of coast back into the slide, save, and move back up there and keep my spot. But yeah, that was just a driver error, just being special and texting and driving and making sure I didn't spill my beer and all that good stuff.
Hey, man, as long as no beer was spilled right, we're all good.
Oh yeah, I'll hold it up even if I get in a rollover crash and say beer's good. So there's something about that. But yeah, it was definitely a tricky save. Had the wheel cocked each which way, and definitely glad I held on to her to get up here.
Yeah, and awesome stuff. And Zach here tonight, this makes your 4th top 5 here so far this season. So far, pretty good overall, but I'm sure, you know, you want a little bit more from this season. And then we take a look at the points, though, inside top 5 in points as well.
Yeah, I'm more of a points racer than I am a winner, so I just always try to stay consistent and be there at the end. Thankfully, I've been in a super late model league for the last 8 years, and it's definitely helped me out with the speed in there with some of the drivers. So these and street stocks are my 2 favorite cars, so I was super excited when I seen the schedule this year moving to the supers, and I knew I'd be able to compete. But it's just hard to be consistent with some of these drivers in here with how good they are and how fast they are, because like I said, I'm always points racing, so I'm always going to try and get consistent and definitely make the most out of what I can.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. And Zach, you're putting together a great season so far here. Should be, once we leave here, you will be 3rd in points, so definitely pretty exciting. But with that schedule, the wild card comes up next week. Road course racing in a super late model. How you feeling about that?
Man, a little nervous because I've done road coursing and everything but a super. I didn't know these things were made to go road course, and so for sure gonna have to do some practicing throughout the week and get some seat time and get used to it and see what happens. Hopefully some chaos ensues and I'm able to get a good finish, because I don't think I'll finish anywhere close to where I need to next week.
Yeah, luckily this season has a drop week. Can use that with the road course race in case you need it. But yeah, anything could happen. Still quite a few races left in the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on. I think my worst finish was maybe 12th this season, so I'm holding that dropped race in my pocket for anything worse than 12th, which is still good in my opinion. Because like I said, I always try to be consistent and be up here towards the end and try to knock out these top 5s and top 10s. That's why getting to the top 10 was such a crucial thing for me last race. Just tried to get there, and I think I picked off 2 of them on the last lap, so I was there for sure excited about that. But yeah, next week it's I got my sad face on. I'm gonna have to bring extra beers because I know I'm gonna need them. So
Yeah, awesome stuff. And Zach, I gotta know, what's your go-to beer and what's your favorite beer, my man? What are you drinking right now as well?
well, with me being in Tennessee, we're cheap over here, so you always got to go with the Bush, and you can't. It's cheap. I think it's like $8 a 12 pack. So always got to go with the Bush. Nasty aftertaste, but man, it gets you fun. You have some fun with some Bush beer, especially at a racetrack.
Oh, 100%. I'm a Bush beer type of person as well, so I like your choice and your cheap beers, my man.
Appreciate it. Always room to share. Always love to share it. But yeah, definitely Bush beer. Like I said, Bush beer helped build our real race car in real life. So we just stuck with the whole cold beer theme, and we're a bunch of alcoholics down here, so it fits us well.
Hey, as long as you're strapping in behind the virtual race car, you can have as many beers as you like, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing. We make sure no drinking before racing on Saturday, but after the race, oh, we're watching late models and getting hammered.
Oh yeah, always a good time. Well, Zach, here tonight, able to walk away with the runner-up finish. Before we let you go, man, I know there's a lot of people you got to thank, so we'll hand over the mic to you and have you thank whether sponsors, teammates, or anyone else you'd like to.
Yeah, as always, want to thank you guys up in the booth for keeping this going. It's awesome to go back and watch the races and everything. Tanner and all the guys for getting this league together. It's a great group of guys to race with. It's a fun group of guys, fast group of guys, and for sure a clean group of guys. So definitely want to give them a shout out. LaPlante, Boardwalk Subs, all the great sponsors we have here. Want to thank Vade Paint Schemes for these awesome cars I'm able to drive every week. Cold Beer Cameras, which is my YouTube channel, which if you haven't subscribed to it, go to YouTube and give it a subscribe and like. We got a lot of in-car racing, did some Salem action this past weekend, and just Tegrity Farms, as always, my go-to people. But yeah, other than that, I want to thank you guys the most for giving us something to do every week.
Yeah, man, and we appreciate you, Zach, for being part of the racing action and get to enjoy you racing out here. So, Zach, I'm sure we'll be talking to you again, my man, but here tonight, have a great rest of your night.
Appreciate you, Bubba.
Alrighty, folks, that was our runner-up finisher, the 13 machine of Zach Coyer. Now we'll head down to Victory Lane and talk to the man of the hour for feature number 2. It is the 44 machine of Zach Nichols. Zach, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yep, we do.
Alrighty, man. First and foremost, how we feeling after dual 75 features here at Irwindale?
Well, I definitely feel better after the second race compared to the first one. Yeah, I mean, definitely had a bad first race, and we were able to capitalize on the good starting spot for the second one and pull off the win in the second feature.
Yeah, that's kind of the one good thing about these dual features, right? Is if you do have a bad race, you get to hit that reset button, get a clean slate, and get after it in feature number 2, right?
Yeah, for sure, and that's pretty much what we did. We ended up starting, I think, P4, and we were able to get to second pretty fast. And yeah, it was a hats off to TJ, man. He was put up a fight for those first half of this race, or first quarter of the race, and it was really tough he looked like a veteran out there, and hats off to him. He did a sweet little crossover move on my slide job, got back clear, and then I don't know what happened off turn 2, if he got a little loose or whatnot, but we were able to clear him and never look back.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great battle between you two for that race lead. And I tell you what, it seemed like it was tough to pass. That outside lane was the dominant side, but both you guys, like you said, able to throw slide jobs on each other. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And not sure what happened at the beginning of the race with Eric there. I felt like I was on his inside, and I was looking to run the dotted line in 3 and 4, and then all of a sudden he's across my nose. So not sure what happened there. If it was my fault, I'd apologize. But yeah, looking forward to next week at the road course.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Some super late models on some road course action. How do you feel about that combo?
I don't think I think I've ran the super late on like a road course one time. So we got to start in the back again. So hopefully, I'm not sure if it's gonna be cautions or whatnot, if it's just gonna be a full on green flag race, but hopefully there's a caution in there or something. We can restack the field at one point, because I don't think starting in the back and having to do a little road course racing is going to be all that great.
And Zach, I hate to break it to you, but I don't believe there will be cautions for the race tomorrow. So you got to
Dang.
do it the hard way, my man.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I like the Charlotte Roval infield thing that we're doing, so hopefully we can have a good run there, like we did in the second feature tonight, and pull off another one.
Yeah, that track definitely going to be very, very technical. A lot of, lefts and rights in a row, as well as these cars. These things aren't easy, to accelerate out of a corner, especially a right-hand corner at that.
Yeah, for sure. I know Andrew Payne's pretty good on road courses, and I'm pretty sure he's making a comeback next week. So he's gonna be tough to beat there. So looking, if I'm close to him in practice, hopefully we can have a good finish.
Yeah, that will be a good one. And yeah, I think the rumor may be true that the ASRC house car has one more race in the season, and it's going to be at a road course.
Oh shoot! Hopefully I didn't just leak that or anything.
But yeah, Zach, here tonight, one more thing we got to talk about. Of course, coming into tonight, you have the points lead, going to walk away, I believe, probably about even with how you finished in the first one with the second. So, nothing too bad there. But the bigger thing, my man, career win number 30. You're in your own island now. How you feeling?
I mean, that's pretty neat. Definitely when I started this racing in this league, I didn't think that I'd even be close to 30 wins, but it's definitely neat to have the most, and to hit 30 is pretty neat too. So it's kind of crazy to think about, it's taken this long to get those, and there's people in the Cup Series that's got 90 plus wins.
Oh yeah.
But then he just hit his 60. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, we do a lot of racing here in ASRC, but yeah, to put in perspective, 30 is a lot, and you're the first driver to do it, man. So, Zach, big congrats from myself and everyone here at the league. That is awesome to see.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, man. Well, before we let you go and party it on up here at Irwindale down in Victory Lane, we're going to go hand over the mic to you and have you thank who you got to thank, whether sponsors, teammates, and anyone else you want to give a shout out to on the broadcast.
Yeah, I can't thank all the NCM boys enough back at the shop. We got the Ryan motor in the car, bad fast machine. Jaden with Hoax Graphics, he did a great job on this wrap, looks great. RSS Mobile Trailer Repair, R&M Towing, Carney's Complete Auto Service. I'm sure I'm forgetting people, like I always do, but can't thank them all enough for not only in this stuff and the real life world stuff. It helps a ton. My dad's watching, my Uncle Kenny's watching. I'd like to shout them both out. You guys for broadcast, you guys do a great job, and Tanner and everybody for putting this whole league on. It's a ton of fun to come out each week and put on a show.
Alrighty, awesome stuff, Zach, and we appreciate you, man, for loading on into these sessions, putting on a great show for all of us to enjoy, and the success that you've had so far, my man. Zach, you have a great rest of your night, and you take care.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Alrighty, folks, that was the winner here in feature number 2, down in Victory Lane, the 44 machine of Zach Nichols. Well, that will about do it here tonight from Irwindale Speedway. We'll run through the race results and get you guys on out of here. So, Zach Nichols will pick up career win number 30, the first driver in ASRC history to do so. Zach Corey in the 13 machine will finish second. Stephen Hoffman will round out the podium in third. Tanner Tallarico will bring it home fourth. Fifth will go to Jimmy Gauker. Anthony Danta will finish P number 6. Seventh will be Chuck Darling. Finishing in 8th is Jeff Pogo. 9th going to Cody Hall. And Nate Henry able to pick up 2 top 10s here tonight. He will finish 10th. Finishing in 11th is the 11 car of Jaden Kratacci. Then in 12th, a fellow 11. That is Landon Atkins. Nathan Coaster will finish 13th. 14th is Dan Dill. And Nathan Coaster did win feature number 1 here tonight. Feature number 2, not as well, finishing 13th. Finishing 15th is Dave Payne. Coming home in P number 16 will be John DeMeester. Andrew Hardings will finish 17th. TJ Hassan in 18th. 19th going to Eric Holly. And Devin McDonald rounding out the field here tonight. So once again, we got to give a huge shout out to all the league partners, that being Postma Flooring. You can check them out with the link in the description, as well as Boardwalk Subs coming on board. They got a lot of airtime here tonight, as well as LaPlante Racing Products. Also got to give a shout out to ASRC, everyone that makes it happen here tonight. As well as, of course, you guys here tuning on in, whether live or replay. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. And yeah, it means a lot to me. So that will do it here tonight from Irwindale. If you want some more ASRC action, be sure to tune in tomorrow night when the street stocks will come here. And then next week, the wild card race. We are heading to Charlotte Infield Long. It's going to be a wild one, and we'll catch it live here on Turn 3 Racing Network next Tuesday. So everyone, take care, stay safe, have a great rest of your week. And I've been Brett the Jet in the booth with Turn 3 Racing Network, and I just flew by you. Have a good one.